Hey friends, welcome back to Mimi's Mixed Bag. Thought I would share with you what I'm up to today. January's creeping on and it's time to start thinking about Valentine's. I wanted to share with you what I picked up a few weeks ago at a thrift store. I find these all the time. I don't buy them all the time because I've already got about 2 or 3 sets, but these are just those wooden coasters that have kind of a cork center, and then the back side is just plain. I see these all the time for 99 cents or something like that. These make the greatest crafting little pieces to have. You can decorate these up however you want to do. You could put vinyl on them, you could paint them, or whatever the case may be, but because a lot of the back won't show to whatever project you're working on. So I knew that I could make something that said fall or something that said love, and this has kind of been in the back of my head for a while, and I need something for my front door or inside for Valentine's Day, and so I'm going to make a wreath, and I'm going to decorate these wooden coasters, upcycle them. Well, how I'm going to do that is, I've shared this before. This is called Creative Essentials. This is that printable burlap. If you've ever seen it, they do carry these at Walmart. It's like $3.23 for 3 sheets, so you can definitely get 3 or 4 projects out of one. But what it actually is just like a piece of printer paper, and you put it in your printer and it just prints it like paper. It is the neatest product. You can make little framed, personalized things for people's weddings, last names. If you can print it on a piece of paper, you can print it on this burlap. And so what I usually do is, when you write something on the computer screen, I'm not exactly sure how big it is. I usually tend to just print it off first so I can see how it's going to look, and it's the same exact size as a piece of printer paper. And I also put an X on the top of my sheet before it goes in the printer, just so I know whether or not to put my burlap face up or face down, because every printer's different and I forget every time I get ready to do something like this. But I did it, and it showed that the piece of paper facing up was how I needed to place my burlap. So face up, I put my burlap, and then this is how it prints out. I mean, it is just clean and crisp. I have a laser printer, but I've also used this on inkjet. They work beautifully. That is how I'm going to do it. And also what I did is I flipped it over and just kind of held up the burlap to the light so I could kind of gauge where I needed to. I just traced the coasters on the back side so I'd know where to cut my letters out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these coasters red, and then I'm going to glue the burlap on top. And so I think that'll be really cute. Now here's the wreath I picked out. Just a grapevine wreath, and I picked up some ribbon. I just pulled some ribbon from my stash. This is just some Valentine ribbon I picked up sometime in the past year. This is the kind of stuff where, I probably bought it at Halloween, but just knew this was generic enough where I would definitely use it. It's kind of a white sherry with hearts, so it's perfect for this project. Now I do have some, I think I want to wrap the wreath in some black ribbon, and I do have some wire ribbon, but I really don't want to waste it on that, and it's not as wide as this. So I think I'm going to cut some just strips of fabric and wrap it around the wreath to simulate ribbon. I think it'll look real pretty. And a year or two ago I picked up probably 10 yards of this beaded pearls, and it's one of those things where when I need it, it works out perfect, for little girls projects or whatever the case may be. And especially Valentine's, I think pearls are kind of symbolize romance or something. I don't know, but I think it'll look really cute on this wreath. And also, some of you may remember from last February, I never did a tutorial on it because I actually learned it from YouTube. This lady, she made these roses out of egg cartons, those paper egg cartons. They were beautiful. Last year I made some and spray painted them kind of a mauve-y rose color. Well, this year I thought I would kind of recycle them, and I spray painted them red. And so I will put the link below of how I made these. These were not, I literally did this just in 5 minutes. I made these roses. I didn't even take a whole lot of time. If I would have taken a whole lot of time, they'd be even prettier. But they're still wet from being spray painted. But I think I'm going to add those to the bow somehow, and that will kind of fit in with the Valentine romance theme. So let's see what else. I may pick up a few picks or something upstairs, little curly cues and things like that I can stick in it to embellish it. So anyway, just want to show you where I'm at right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let my roses finish drying, and I'm going to go ahead and paint my coasters this red, and I'll get back with you when I'm ready to put the letters on there. Okay, just going to catch you up where I'm at now. Went ahead and finished my little block letters, and I mean, you would never know that these were coasters on the back. I didn't even paint the back because they really won't show, but it's just the perfect little block because the corners are already sanded and they're just perfect. So and all I did was hot glue that burlap to the wood, so that was simple. All right, I went ahead and cut my fabric in about 3-inch strips, and I went ahead and hot glued the fabric onto the wreath. It just really softens that grapevine. And so I think in between the black, I'm going to put these little string of pearls just to kind of offset it a little bit. I went ahead and made this bow. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I made it. I had my son film me from behind so that you could see how I made this little loopy bow. It is simple once you ever get the hang of it. This is just some white floral, I got them all tangled up here. This is a little package of white floral wire that you can buy at Walmart. It comes in, I don't know, it's about 18-inch strips, and you can wrap them around a marker or something and make some little whimsy curly cues like that. So I may stick those in the bow, just something to add to it. I just need to assemble everything and I'll show you the finished wreath. Okay, this is a roll of just Dollar Tree wire ribbon. That's what the package said, so it doesn't matter what quality ribbon you have. If it's wire ribbon, you can get it to work. The first thing you need to do is to make sure if it's one-sided or two-sided, and this one does have a right and a wrong side, and I cut about an 18-inch piece, and that is my bow tails. Okay, and just put that to the side. You just take your hand and make sure you're having on the right side, correct side, and you are going to make a loop with your hand, twist, and it doesn't matter what these loops look like because with them being wire, you can fluff them back out in a few minutes. And you're going to twist, make a loop, grab it, twist, make a loop, twist, make a loop, twist. You have to twist it so that the right side will make the loop. Twist, make a loop. You're just holding it tight in your hand. Twist, make a loop. Twist, make a loop. Twist, make a loop. Okay? Now that, and then I'm keeping it all together in my hand. I'm going to take my tails, fish it through everything, keeping it all together. It takes a little practice to be able to maneuver all the loops in one hand and doing the, and then you can go back and straighten up and fluff up all the loops like you want it. But you can see as I get it, I may redo those tails because they're uneven. But you see that it doesn't matter what it looks like when you're in the process of making it. It will turn out to be a really pretty, fluffy, loopy bow. Okay, friends, this is my finished Valentine's wreath. I think it turned out really pretty. The only thing I'm a little disappointed in is my pearls didn't show up as well as I thought they would. I guess by going in between the black fabric is why they didn't show, but it shows up enough and you can see them as you walk around it. It's a perfect example of how you can think outside the box when you see something like these wood coasters. I mean, you would never know that that's what they were originally. And that is the Dollar Tree ribbon. Those are the egg carton roses. I just stuck them in there and hot glued them. No certain way. Those are just some, I always keep extra floral leaves in my stash. Even though they're not rose leaves, they still give the same effect. And the white floral wire, just a few little curly Q floral wire. It'll be real pretty. I think this is more of an inside wreath. I will more than likely use this somewhere in the house. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.